Which one is the this one?
Wait. Sorry on.
Oh, it's on.
You want to hear the music when we come in? Like, you want to hear the underbed too. So.
What do they work? We raising up
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah, man. I'm sitting in at the captain's seat right now.
Yeah, man.
Because we got Shantana out right now, so we wish the homie well this weekend. He checked in just a moment ago, so shout out to you, sir, if you are listening. This episode is sponsored by All Access Granted. Access Granted is from Kelly Cole. He's giving you the option to hear all the industry secrets. If you're an artist out there and you want to get out there and find out how in the world do I blow this thing up, Jeremiah, he's got the secrets, he's got the tools, he's got interviews from Derek Minor, he's got interviews from top executives from Goatee Records. I mean, it's a great opportunity for any artist, so I encourage you to go out there and pick that up.
It's worth it, man. If you are, like you said, if you're an artist and you hear and you like, man, I just feel pigeonholed. I know you may look at the price, but I'm telling you, information right now, the information he's giving away is really, really good.
Yeah.
And it can help you take your career to the next level. So please, please, please invest in that. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. So, man, how you doing today? How's everything?
Good, man. Good. You know, we just in the building, me and wifey in here and there doing our thing. She's holding it down in your seat a little bit.
Yeah, man, we love having you here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You bring so much energy and so much flavor to the show. This is great. It's great having you here.
So, but rather than that, man, we just here, man. We ready to get the show started.
So we had a huge week with Trackstarz. We have a big announcement, and unfortunately, it comes out publicly on Monday.
What's the announcement?
I can't say it.
It comes out publicly on Monday.
So,
be like the rest of the people. Like, yeah.
So all I'm saying, if you're part of the Trackstarz universe, you need to sit down and figure out how in the world did I miss this news from Trackstarz if Tuesday comes around and you haven't heard it yet. So hopefully we'll be able to announce early Monday morning, if not in the afternoon time, but we will have a big announcement. And I can't say enough about how this is all about the Trackstarz universe. This is about all the listeners, all the fans, everybody who's supported over the years, people who joined the official Trackstarz universe, people who submitted noteworthies and topics and line-for-line suggestions and dissect suggestions and, I mean, everything.
Yeah, man.
All the content, the writers, the contributors, the producers, everybody who's had a hand in helping Trackstarz grow deserves this next honor that we're about to announce on Monday. So we really appreciate everything you guys do to support us. I mean, 12 years strong now.
Yeah, man.
12 years strong. So
I can't wait till the time we do like an anniversary party and just have artists out and like a concert or something.
Yeah. You know, we've been talking about how do we capture all of this, right? And the best way to do that is through Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So we need somebody to write that for us.
Yeah.
However, the hard part about it is to go back and remember all the accomplishments that we've had so that people can understand like the growth from day one to where we are right now has been huge, and all thanks to God, all glory to God. So this first topic, guys, we were talking on the show, and it was really interesting that we would, I guess, run into this since everything seems to be Kanye, and this is the United States of Kanye, it seems like. But he put a Twitter notice out there that he felt like he was a puppet. He felt like he, needed to say that he's getting out of politics. He's just going to stick to being a creative. And a lot of people think that he was walking back what he said, all the support he's had for Donald Trump.
I don't think he stopped. I think, okay, so let me just clear the air. They had this thing called Blexit, which was like black people exiting from the Democratic Party. And it was handed by two people. I can't remember the guy's name, but I know Candace Owens, who's been popular recently, and she's been going to like college campuses and stuff like that, talking to other young black kids and teenagers, young adults about what's going on, giving them facts, giving them stuff, or different things, debating some, or having conversations with people. So I think what happened was something happened about their logo for it.
Okay.
And something happened where he felt like they were using him to get that out there, and it was like, oh wow, like, you're using me to get this across, and I didn't approve of this, of the logo or whatever, or something like that. So that's what we got to that part. Now, do I believe he's still like Trump? Yeah, of course. I think he's still rocking with Trump. I think he still think he's dope. But I think he realizes like politics is a game.
Yeah.
And it's a game that if you don't play wisely, it can affect other stuff in your life. So
yeah, I've said this several times. Like I get frustrated and I just turn off the TV because the argument's been the same.
yeah,
If you go back to when our parents were young adults and they were looking at this, I mean the argument was still the same.
Yeah.
It was still the same conversation. And so the fight has always been I'm against you. And when your party gets in the office, I'm going to go against you. When my party gets in the office, you go against me. And it just goes back and forth. But the question came up, how hard is it to backpedal? How hard is it to walk back something that you've said when you put your stamp on it? Like, this is what I truly believe, and this is how I am.
but that's why I said I think he backpedaled from that situation with Brexit, which is like like people exiting the Democratic Party, and once you, based off their statements, once you give them the facts, give black people the facts, and you start to see them understanding what you're saying, it's like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying. So that mass exodus of black people running from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party, or at least voting for a Republican candidate like Trump or whoever Republican is.
See, to me, this feels like this is the wrong time to do that. Like this feels.
No,
like,
actually, it's the right time to do it. I mean, midterm elections are coming up.
I know midterm.
So this is like the perfect time to have that exit strategy to say, hey, when you think about voting here in Georgia, it's huge right now. I'm seeing you got celebrities coming down here. You got Oprah. You got this person. You got the vice president coming down here. You got Trump talking about it. Yeah, former president. So you got all this stuff about Georgia because people feel like, this state, Florida, and other states, like, we have to win this election. Each party saying we have to win this election because if we win this election, then we can take the House, we can take Senate, we can take mayor, governor, we can take these things back and put them a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, especially what's going on with this administration. So I think it's a very important election. So I think for them to do this at this time is a big thing. That's huge.
I think the part that throws me off the most is the person that they're running toward.
Yeah.
Right. Like this would be. I can honestly tell you that as over the years, as I go back and look at the Republican presidents, right, and the things that I had against them, I'm looking at them like, man, they were so close to perfect. Now
Come on, man.
what I'm seeing right now, and so to me, I'm just like, you know what? Okay, if somebody had told me this is going down, and they're going back to a George Bush administration, or they're going go with George Bush on this one, or they're going to go with they're going to support the Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney for president or whatever. That would have made a little bit more sense than what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
Because right now is not the time to flock toward a person and give them our support. It just didn't seem right to me.
Well, go ahead, babe.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I get what you're saying as far as the timing being a good time for him to back out, but at the same time, he was just in the president's office, like it's November now, or however many weeks later, but he was just in the president's office like weeks ago before trying to backpedal. So that's what makes it bad timing to me. Not necessarily the timing in the grand scheme of things, but just as far as his life is concerned. To me, that makes it seem like unstable, where I can't really trust what you're saying because you're going back and forth.
But when you watch that video, right, even as a person who is just like watching for the first time and you're seeing Kanye, maybe you don't know who he is and you're just like, something's not right, right? At some point, do you ever get to the point where you look back at something that you said and you're like, you know what, I gotta own up to this? Because to me, it feels like he should have taken stock of what he said and the things. I mean, did you see the Saturday Night Live parody they did about him? It was like crazy. It's crazy.
Somebody said, I think my sister told me they ain't changed much.
No, they didn't, because they didn't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so crazy. You know, the funny part about it was like, they was like, you need to be on this plane. It's invisible. Get on this invisible plane. We won't even see you coming. They did stuff like that. But he talked about that. So it was really crazy to see how, he just kind of like just went crazy. And so to me, I feel like we have to get to a point where we have to be responsible for the words that we say. You have to be able to say, you know what I'm saying is factual and I'll stand on it. Otherwise, to walk something back that you were wrong about, it's really hard.
And he's
It's
done
really
this
hard.
before. Like when after he went to Chicago, he tried to backpedal in and be like, and apologize and everything for offending people. So at this point, I think he just needs to have a seat. I think he just needs to like fade to black,
But
and be well.
I don't think it's nothing. I think he had to realize that, but I don't think he's backpedaling. I still don't think he's backpedaling. I think he still believes Trump. I think he just realized like somebody in his camp probably was like, bro, after like they probably was putting that bug in his ear like, yo, they using you, bro. You're using your name so they can get whatever. And he like, nah, Trump, so da da da. They like me, Candace like me, da da da. And then this whole situation happened with the whole logo piece. And then somebody like, bro, I told you, you know what I mean? So he had somebody there in his camp like, yo, they using you. And then he realized and was like, wow, let me just stick to being creative.
Yeah.
We'll see how long it lasts.
So we had this situation come up not too long ago with Megyn Kelly, where she said something and she had to walk it back, right? Lost her job in the process.
But got paid.
Still got paid.
She got paid
And
nicely.
I get paid even more.
Yeah, it's
a shame.
The way these things happen, man. These political things and the way business
She used that
shakes
right.
out, it's crazy. And so we had this happen not too long ago with Roseanne, where she talked about somebody on Obama's administration, and it just seems to keep happening. And the effect should be that you figure out what you did wrong, right? Own up to it, and then you move from that point. But it seems to me that people are getting more popular for the wrong that they do. And that to me is very interesting, that you can do something wrong, you can say something wrong, and then it will bring out more popularity. I mean, it's happened with the Trump administration. I honestly thought too, like everybody else, when you saw the Access Hollywood tape, it's like, yo, he's done. He's got to be done.
I don't think Trump is going to be done until elections, man. Honestly.
You think he's gonna make a second term?
Yeah, I don't think.
Nah, not second term, but
You
he's gonna
never
stay in.
know.
He's gonna stay in his full term right now.
Yeah, I think Trump is. I think people are going to come out massively and vote against him on the 2020 thing, but I don't think he's going to get impeached, man. It's stuff that you're like we got tapes of Trump saying bad things about black people, and it's like in your mind of a black person, you're like, he already been saying stuff that sound crazy, so it's like it's nothing unless they get him on something that's taxes, something where it's like Richard Nixon type stuff, like Watergate type stuff. If they really catch him on something like that, then I think he get impeached. But I don't see him getting impeached no time soon.
I think he can even make that go away.
It's because we already knew who he was when we voted for him. So
and still voted for him.
Still voted for him. So it's different. Like Bill Clinton kind of surprised everybody, but he said he did.
He sure didn't. He didn't
So-
finish either.
Yeah. So, but I think going back to those cases that you named, America, unless you do something very horrible, America at times can be forgiven, man.
Yeah.
Depending on who the person is. I'm just gonna say that.
And depending on what you mean by forgiving.
What I mean forgiven meaning like, I'm not talking about like Christian forgiveness. I'm talking about like Megyn Kelly. I use her as an example. Like people, I mean, what she said was reckless, but at the same time, she gonna get a job somewhere else.
Yeah, she'll be back. Give her
You know what I mean?
less than a year.
It's not like that. Like it'd be shocking to see she's not gonna be on BET. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like it's not one of those. She's gonna be on another place saying the same thing. She may come to CBS News or something.
Yeah.
They may offer her a news thing.
Yeah.
They like, as long as you apologize, we offer you another job. That's what I'm saying. Like forgiving like that.
Yeah.
Same thing with Kanye. People still gonna go on. If you may not purchase his album, but you gonna stream it. If your friend say, yo, he got like 7 tracks on it, them joints is fire. You gonna be like, word, okay, and go home and go,
check it out.
Yeah.
Is the forgiveness coming from the 1% or the 99ers, right? Because to me it feels like to be forgiven in that space, you have to be forgiven by the executives, right? You have to be forgiven by the people that are ready to spend the money on you and think that they can profit off of the fact that you say rants and crazy things from time to time, and now let's give you an opportunity, right?
It depends on the person, because I can easily see Megyn Kelly getting forgiven by the 99 and having that, $1 million job again, I think Kanye is one of those people where if he continues down his down this path in the public eye, he'll easily be a castaway. He'll easily be a throwaway. Because he's such an incredible creative, though, he's still going to have his base. When I say the public eye, I mean like in the realm of politics, in the realm of people that don't appreciate him for the creative that he is. I think as long as he's still making good music, people are still going to listen to his good music.
His last
but
album,
he's getting used now.
yeah, he wasn't that good. So went gold.
I was gonna say,
that's crazy.
That's his base.
But that's his base. Like whether he says something crazy or not, people are still gonna buy his music. I think though that politicians are using him, and they'll, do politicians even listen to his music? Do they even recognize him for the creative and the artist that he is, or do they just see this man has a huge following? Let's try to use it to our advantage, whatever that may be.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what it is. Because it makes me think that when advertisers pull out from these hip hop artists, like the way I think it was Sprite dropped Lil Wayne, or not Lil Wayne, but what's his name? No, I'm thinking about Rick Ross.
Oh, okay.
When he came out with that whole Molly stuff. And so they get dropped because they feel like the supporters, like the 99%, are going to pull out and pull their advertising money back, or pull their money out from supporting them. And I just wonder how that goes. We're seeing this happen right now with Papa John's. Papa John's put out a statement that they're going to probably close 250 stores because of what their CEO said on that conference call, and the way that people are boycotting Papa John's.
Still good pizza.
I was just about to say that's good pizza though.
It is good pizza, but we moved on, man.
The chicken and pineapple makes me forget about racism all the time.
Oh my God.
Every time I say something about a pizza, everybody's like, "Yo, you're not going to Papa John's though, right?"
So if you hungry and starving, and your man come in with Papa John pizza, you gonna be like, "Yo, I'm starving for the struggle."
I will take a knee while I'm eating the pizza.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, look.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, in my opinion, I feel like they did fire him. So
yeah, I mean, have you seen the new commercials for Papa John's? Like they've been like multicultural commercials of people saying stuff.
I know they lost the NFL contract, which was huge.
Yeah,
NFL went to Pizza Hut now.
Yeah,
oh wow. They like Pizza Hut though. So
Little Caesars.
Wow.
See, hey, Caesars. That's the best deal in America.
That cheese, something's not right about that cheese.
So, but I think at the end of the day, people come back. Now, I don't know how that works for us. I don't know how that works for people like a pastor or like an unknown pastor or somebody who loses their job and stuff like that. But if you're a popular person, your comeback game could be strong.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious. Like your comeback, your timing. I guarantee you, Megyn Kelly has a job again. I'll report.
I'm not concerned about her. She'll be fine.
Same thing with Kanye. If he drop an album and his album is like amazing, people gonna be like.
So, to me, it feels like it might just be comments, but actual offenses you can't bounce back from. Like, are we gonna see Kevin Spacey doing another TV show?
No, that's different. That's a different situation.
People gonna be lining up to do business with Roger Ailes, like, you know what I mean? So it almost feels like if I say something, you forgive me because I'm imperfect. You know that I said it, and if I could take it back, I would. But the offenses, like
I think if you say something versus a behavior is totally different thing.
Women and children,
in
particular.
Certain things. Like, who's the dude from under the Clippers a long time ago? So like, you never bounce back from that. So it all depends.
But he's still the NBA. He still sold that team and got money from it.
So
Well, we're gonna let YouTube Live weigh in some more. I see some comments coming in, so keep on, discussing this. It's an ongoing debate. There's different things that's happening with our country. The dynamics are just unreal right now. So, I mean, I know this will probably be on most stations after the election, but if you can get out there and vote, go out there, support. I know Georgia has a big one on Tuesday, so go out there, support, man.
You vote already?
Just figure it out. No. Not yet.
Oh, wow.
No, man, the company gives you 2 hours off.
That's funny.
All right, you in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Rachel, Shantan, and DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
That is funny.
Okay.
I mean, I also did this. Like, I'm just gonna go.
You what?
I'd rather just wait tomorrow.
Can you turn that up for me?
So sad. So sad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Podcast specifically designed to to reach your target market and utilize social media to create or enhance a loyal following. Go to Trackstarz.
Are you all big Kanye fans?
Again,
Yeah, I thought he recently issued a statement saying that he realized that the politicians are using him.
Yeah, that's kind of what we talked about. Although it seems like it could be, you know, a branch to another issue, but I don't know, man. I don't think he would have put that out there on Twitter if he didn't mean part of it. The question is, are we going to see him wear the magma hat anymore?
Well, I'm just saying, the brother's so unstable. Next week he could be wearing the hat again.
Does Kim ever weigh in on any of this?
I don't think so.
Like,
She has her own soul.
Because they go backwards. They do some things I'm really trying to figure out the dynamics of their marriage. Because he supports her. I see him retweeting stuff from her, but it's all like negative things. It's like, I mean, like, you know, it's the same thing that makes him mad. People talk about exploiting Kim for her body, and that's what he seems to post. The ones where she's.
but at the same time, if somebody say something about it, then you got a problem.
Yeah, God, they can.
So how many kids do they have?
3. They have 3 now. They just had a surrogate taken out.
What, 3 kids?
Yeah, I wonder how these celebrity marriages work out. You know, to me it feels like they have a shelf life.
Yeah, I think all depends on why they got married. Some, you know, some is political marriages. You know, it's like just why.
Like this
They have a genuine relationship.
I think they do. I honestly think they do. It's weird.
It's
But
almost like 7 years.
Yeah.
Start with week 17. So y'all started in y'all the March class.
We started
it's different.
August. How was it week 17?
Everything you do is run.
It's about to be week 17.
Maybe 15.
No, it's about to be week 17. We're about to plan the week 17.
Celebration for what?
You found them noteworthy?
We have a celebration every
Yeah, do you want me to send it to you?
The last celebration was
It was supposed to be the 7-week celebration, but they did it because we were
Oh, you guys
from 8 to 6 together. Court has it every single week.
How we got together was interesting.
Oh, the one.
Like the one we
Hey.
Yeah, that's how
Which one your task?
Oh, all right.
So what do we say was next year, Mike? About the
Interim report.
What do you,
and then after that,
what component are you building?
Alright, so I work at a company called Here. Here
Well, I
is a global mapping company. Like we make GPS software. So we're in 4 out of 5 cars. So BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Volvo, pretty much every European car has our GPS software. We like turn on GPS. What I do specifically is in the Alfred office, we have the networking team for the entire group. So we have network engineers that make sure that every office, we have offices in every country in the world. So make sure that every office is connected to the internet and able to connect to the internal network so they can do their job. What my team does is we make software for the network team to make it easier for them to do that. So we currently been working on a platform that allows our internal customers, which is just the people that work on the different offices, to be able to do things like ask firewall requests, like, oh, I need to be able to get to China from India, or I need to get to China from California, or something like that. And so they use our tool to ask for that, to get it done automatically. Whereas somebody would have to do it by hand, and like literally go in, stand there, put in the thing, and say, okay, what do I need to put in? Like, we take a 12-day, we've taken a 12-day process, and we can get it done in 45 minutes now. Because we do programmatic work. We're working on that for about, I want to say about 8 months. We're about to finish it up. I write mostly in Ruby. Our company as a whole uses a lot of Python, JavaScript, and I'd say my team specifically is getting somewhat into what you call Elixir, which is more functional programming. Elixir. Yeah, it's a functional programming. It's not as popular as it's mostly new, but it's very is used widely for
She does Christian music. It may not have
things that need to be heavily processed. So, for instance, WhatsApp. So, to make sure every phone can connect to the same thing at the same time, you got to be able to split all of it. You got to be able to split all the processing out, so that each person can get their own thread. Otherwise, it's slowing down after a certain amount of time. So, literature is the language that is meant to be able to handle a while.
She's now like
it uses every lane operator. So language I write in Ruby is single threaded on code. So
she comes down to the radar.
I mean, it all depends. It comes down to languages I learned Python first, JavaScript. Those are probably going to be the top two. Ruby, if you want to actually enjoy your programming, that's what it is. Number one. Ruby is number one for the most popular. Python is the most popular language right now. So I definitely go for that. Regardless of which one you pick, there's going to be plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
The big thing is
it's kind of somewhat the same syntax, but
it's the logic. So it's not necessarily, so programming isn't necessarily about the means of how what is written or the syntax. It's about how things happen, right? Because at the core, programming really is just a wire that you're shorting and unshorting. Like when you say if this thing do this or this, it's literally the computer says, all right, this one is true. If this bit is turned on and this one is turned off, do that. That's literally what it's doing. So it comes down to the logic. The logic itself translates to every language. So you always want to focus on learning the logic and how things work. Like what is the goal I'm trying to reach? Then you use the language to facilitate the goal. But if you try to make the goal facilitate the language, it doesn't really work because then you get what's called spaghetti code, where it's like it works, but it's not a lot, but it's like extra inefficient. And that can get in like small stuff, like a personal project, it doesn't matter. But when you get up to like something big, like for instance, my team lead wrote some code to write some log files, just do some like basic math on like a bunch of millions of lines of text, filter it out, and to get certain information out of it, right? So he did it in Ruby, and he did it very inefficiently the first time. It took about an hour. So he rewrites it, makes it more efficient. It took 15 minutes. At that point, like, because it worked
40 seconds.
At the same amount of time with 100 things. But when it got to a million, the slowness builds up, things like that. So it always comes down to the logic and how whatever it is that you do. If you want to really get down into it, you can do a whole spiel and stuff like that. Like, I can give you resources and things to read.
Everybody be down there want the bum.
I mean, I make sure I'm really good at my job. So,
but that ain't my track right now, but it's something.
What's your track right now?
PC repair.
Okay. I mean, also a really good field to me, to be honest with you.
All right, here we go.
In many ways, there's probably more jobs there than there is in.
All right, man. Entertainment report time. Let's get it going. All right, man. Top Browser just announced his highly anticipated Destiny for Greatness Side B will come on both parts. It will be Destined for Greatness, the complete album. It's considered a Side B. It'll be dropping December 7th.
Okay, cool.
So shout out to him. You know, we gotta get Top Browser back in, man. We ain't have him in a while.
Yeah.
Have we ever? I know we interviewed before, but we never had like an interview with him.
No, we've seen him at different shows. We saw him when we went to Texas. He came to Atlanta. He performed at our concert here.
Yeah.
With Surf Gang House. So yeah, we talked to him.
Yeah.
More personally than through an interview though.
Yeah, man. So we gotta get back over here. Corey Paul, man, is doing his part to help families in need this holiday season. Corey Paul and Bless a Belly, a nonprofit Houston, Texas that feeds people in need year-round, have teamed up to feed families for the Christmas season. The All In initiative is trying to distribute holiday gift baskets to 50 families. Baskets include food, toys, gifts, and a Christmas tree. If you want to help out, if you want to donate, anything like that, you can DM Corey Paul on IG and on Twitter, or Adam. I believe it's Corey Paul Music. I didn't get a chance to write that down, but Corey Paul, you know what I mean? He's a great rapper, great Christian rapper in the Houston area trying to do something for the holidays. So, man, be on the lookout for him. All right, Sean C. Johnson in the Grammys. Sean C. Johnson has gotten an album, Days Like This. is single Daydreaming on the first ballot for the 61st annual Grammy Award. So that's a big thing for him.
Yeah,
Sean C. Johnson does R&B, like contemporary gospel stuff. So his Days Like This is under the category Best R&B Album, and Daydream is under the categories Best Traditional R&B Performance and Best R&B Song. These are the first ballots. That's the thing. First ballots, meaning like people get the vote, then they cut it down, then I think it's actual the Grammys and stuff. So that's gonna be on that. So man, keep that on the lookout. Christian singer receiving backlash. Christian singer Lauren Daigle has faced some backlash for appearing on a talk show of Ellen DeGeneres, but she said shit. Her critics are missing the heart of God. The singer was invited to perform on the Ellen Show following the release of a hugely successful album, Look Up Child, which debuted at number 3 on Billboard 200 and number 1 in the Christian charts. She took some heat from fans for saying, she sang a song, and then people were saying like, yo, you know, she's openly gay. Why are you on her show? You know, and different things like that. She defended, saying it was an opportunity to share the gospel in Hollywood and the masses. And then, you know, you have some people saying like, you're very talented, but you're being blinded by fame. We all fall off the wagon from time to time. I just hope that we don't spend too much time in the world and wake up when it's too late.
See, that's interesting. That brings up an interesting topic, because we actually had this conversation, me and Sean, a couple of weeks ago. And we'll talk about it on the next time. But it's interesting because it feels like the world is easier to forgive you than Christians. I mean, like, this, to me, it feels like if they want her to remain in a bubble, how's she gonna go out there and preach the gospel and reach all nations? Like, how can you do that if you just stay on what is it?
Air One or something like that.
or the Fish or even TVN. Like, we know not everybody's gonna turn on to that station and just be like, oh, look what I just caught.
But I think sometimes people feel like you are a Christian artist and you're going on a show where somebody's like, not just like, you don't know their lifestyle, but like proud about their lifestyle. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they would feel the same if they was on, you know, like the Live with Kelly and Ryan Seacrest or Steve Harvey show.
But it's
you know what I mean?
But it's a pulpit, is it not? It's an opportunity for you to minister the gospel. She's ministering the gospel. It's not like she was going to just do an interview. She actually sang a song that had impact, right? So to me, it feels like you're using a platform to preach the gospel, and you could be in a room full of anybody.
I see what you mean. Like Jesus went anywhere to preach the gospel. But I think for some people who would talk on the Pharisee, but who would talk on the other side would be like, but Jesus wasn't trying to sell on CD. He wasn't trying to sell on music. He was trying to get people the gospel.
How do we know she was doing that though? She wasn't holding up the CD and that.
Ellen was holding up the CD.
So okay,
yeah,
it's like you standing there holding up a Bible. Like, yeah, so I'm preaching this gospel. Do you want to get the rest and take it home with you?
I don't know, man. That's just
we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
I honestly think it's a big deal that Ellen had her on there. I think it's more of a big deal that Ellen reached out than the fact that she accepted.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Because I mean, her platform is not. It's very clear what her platform is.
And they said that Ellen chose the song, right? So that's interesting.
Wow. All right, comment section. The True Vet pre-order. Lathan Warlick. A Church in the Trap pre-order. Top Razzle Destined for Greatness pre-order. Say Hill Brothers single. Say Hill Brothers single. Honest No Grave single. T-Vision Switch It Up single. Nazareth Rejuvenated album. Go pick them dress up. 2 free downloads. The Chrissy Lane Sorry Not Sorry. If you like them good R&B to listen to. CJ King Lord Knows free download as well. And that is it for me, man. So,
all right. We're going to get back into some more music. You're in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let go. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I was trying to pull it up.
I want to watch it. Because I watch Ellen, honestly. When I have a window, I watch her.
And you guys know that we had a group called FG with Jeremiah, Miles Austin, Rick Sincere. Kind of people you've been seeing on the show.
Is this from David?
That we did music.
Yeah, so sorry.
You don't be dropping off for the
that's like us winning.
Is she? Is that the name of her song?
Let's get some.
Yeah, that was.
She did it actually before she was on.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like it's so fresh. Like and it's such a big single. So
smart though. I mean, somebody
I
special.
guess I don't know. I'm hard on Christian artists.
I feel you.
I'm like,
I wouldn't want to do it, but
also your job.
You're right.
This is,
but I'm like, you
like,
better
like I would play on it. Like I would
lead and not follow. Follow on it.
Play on the words.
Yeah.
So like connect with it, but it is. So
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
but yeah, she
I mean,
did-
it's
but
on
she
hot
did
track
do that.
though. It is.
It's not. It's not. I just heard this this morning. I was like, yes. True.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Who's singing? No, you're not singing. I can't remember.
Samoht.
Ah. It sounds like he could have got like Ty Dolla or whoever. I mean, is that you know?
Yeah,
what I
he
mean?
could. Yeah, that's the type of vibe.
I got trouble all around me, but I won't let it down me. I should never be afraid, no. I got angels all around me. I don't medicate,
You know what this sounds like? Something cold.
Hey, no,
Bring it back when it down me.
he lost his Jay-Z
I just keep on smiling.
I think he's trying to be relevant.
But his voice actually sounded like that.
I think he got enough people saying comparing him to Jay-Z.
I never compared him to Jay though. I compared Sean to
His
Jay more than I
literally his
compared.
voice. It was just his voice.
Yeah, we had
At first, when he first came out, it was like, no, wow, this guy sounds like Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Yeah.
I think once like going a couple years in, it's like it's not as maybe certain times, but not all.
Yeah,
Sean also his voice. It's the way he
Yeah.
says words. It's the way he says words. That's simple.
The tone.
And this song does give me the blessings vibe.
His flow reminds me of Polo.
Write it down in my diary.
You know, he like
something bigger now.
the way he got that breathing on there.
Yeah.
I was gone, let me break it down. I was lost, but he found me. Like, I'ma keep on shining, that's my attitude.
Hey, somebody go grab Ryan. Ask him, are we coming in next? Or... No, he was talking to that young lady.
Yeah, next, it's not doing no
We got like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Ryan,
Yes.
are we coming back in or playing another song?
One more song.
Okay. That's great. I finally get to play the second record. Oh, hold up.
So what about you, man? Just behind you, and you was like whatever.
Hey, somebody said the video
I
froze.
thought it was supposed to be about.
Right.
Huh?
I said the video froze.
I got you.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be about you, but I wasn't.
I see.
Your man, Kristen Gray, you in the field with Trackstarz.
This is that. Brand new music. Yeah, I'm on my slim 400. Them demons just don't want it.
Is it? Oh man.
With the devil in them. They mad at us, my clique is on.